Picture this: national grain reserves, less than 1,000 tons. Hunger creeping across the nation. Putin calls with an offer: free wheat, no strings. Most leaders would have grabbed it, smiled for the cameras, signed the deal. But Captain Ibrahim Traoré, he looked Vladimir Putin in the eye and said, "We are not beggars, teach us how to fish." 3 years later, Burkina Faso is overflowing with grain. 65,000 tons in storage. Growing wheat in the Sahel, exporting mangoes to the world. How the hell did this happen? Quick message before we go deeper. This channel is demonetized, shadow banned, pressured by forces that hate what we say. Because truth is expensive. If you want independent Pan-African media that answers to no government and no embassy, join the channel membership below. Members don't just support, they help decide what we investigate next. Now, let's get into this story. September 2022. Ibrahim Traoré takes power in Burkina Faso. The West calls him a putschist, a junta leader. The usual labels for African leaders they can't control. But here's what they won't tell you. Burkina Faso was drowning. Terrorism ravaging the countryside. Thousands displaced. Food reserves at critical levels. Less than 1,000 tons of grain. In a nation where agriculture employs the majority. That's not a crisis. That's a death sentence waiting to happen. Enter Vladimir Putin, president of Russia, offering free wheat to ease the pressure. Free. No payment required. Just take it. Any democratic leader in Africa would have taken that deal. Hell, most of them have PhD degrees in begging. But Traoré? 3 months into power, young, bold, fearless. He said no. Wait, he said what? Sorry, President Putin, but we are not beggars. Let that sink in. A leader, in the Sahel, facing hunger, turns down free grain from a global superpower. Why? Teach us how to fish. He didn't want handouts. He wanted knowledge, technology, partnership, not the kind that keeps you dependent, the kind that makes you sovereign. This is not just about wheat. This is about dignity. And Traoré was about to show Africa what dignity looks like. See, Traoré knows his history. He studied Thomas Sankara, the revolutionary who ruled Burkina Faso from 1983 to 1987. Sankara taught that true independence means feeding yourself, not begging Paris for aid, not opening your legs to IMF loans. Feeding yourself. Traoré took that lesson and turned it into 21st century reality. In a powerful speech, he called out African leaders, the ones who fly to international summits with outstretched hands, while fertile land sits idle back home. Stop the culture of beggary, he said. And then he went to work. No committees, no feasibility studies that go nowhere. No consultants billing $500 per hour. Action, immediate, ruthless. First move, the agro-pastoral and fisheries offensive. Thousands of tractors, tillers, motor pumps, motorcycles for rural extension workers, imported, distributed directly to farmers and cooperatives. But here's where it gets interesting. The army was tasked with maintaining this machinery. Think about that. In most African countries, tractors rust in fields, equipment breaks down, no maintenance, no spare parts. Traoré said, "Not on my watch." The military, usually reserved for security, became the backbone of agricultural logistics. And land, large tracts made available, very low cost, sometimes free. Priority to youth, priority to women's groups, no foreign land grabs. No shady concessions to multinational corporations. Burkinabe land, Burkinabe people, Burkinabe priorities. This is the part that scares the IMF, because Traoré rejected their loans. You know, the ones with strings attached, the ones designed to keep nations weak, keep them importing. Instead, he redirected resources, bought tractors, subsidized fertilizers, trained farmers, sovereign financing, and the World Bank. They're shook. But wait, it gets crazier. Traoré looked at the prisons, overcrowded, filled with petty offenders, costing taxpayers money. And he thought, what if we turn them into farmers, agriculture soldiers, at facilities like the Baporo Agricultural Prison Center? Inmates cultivate maize, rice, sorghum, wheat, bananas, vegetables. They're not rotting in cells. They're feeding the nation, learning skills, contributing to society, preparing for real reintegration. This is not punishment theater. This is rehabilitation with purpose. Petty offenders become productive citizens. Recidivism drops. Prison costs drop. Food output rises. Traoré turned a liability into an asset. Pan-African genius. Now, let's talk about women. Because no genuine African development ignores the backbone of our agriculture. Traoré's government didn't just include women. They empowered them. Land, inputs, training, irrigation. Women's farming groups were prioritized. Fish farming was introduced in dams across the country. Women's cooperatives received support for aquaculture, combining fish production with horticulture, maximum output, better nutrition, income streams in rural areas. And rice? The government banned certain rice imports, protected local farmers, massively scaled domestic production, improved seeds, irrigation, mechanization. Dry season rice campaigns produced thousands of tons. Burkina Faso moved from heavy importer to self-sufficiency to future exporter. But the crown jewel? Mangoes. Burkina Faso was already strong in mango production. Under Traoré, they became Africa's top mango exporter, top 10 in the world. Government-supported processing factories, turning surplus fruit into juice, reducing waste, adding value locally. This is where the game changes. See? Most African countries export raw materials, then import finished products at 10 times the price. It's the colonial playbook. Raw cocoa out, chocolate in, raw coffee out, packaged coffee in, raw mangoes out, mango juice in. We've been getting finessed for centuries. Traoré said, not anymore. He inaugurated new tomato processing plants. Société Faso Tomates, Sofado. Facility opened. Burkina Faso stopped importing tomato paste and juice. Started creating jobs, creating markets for local farmers. Mango juice factories were revived, some from the Sankara era. Expanded. Factories in Ouagadougou processing thousands of tons annually. The logic is simple. Raw materials stay. Get processed. Create jobs. Generate wealth inside Burkina Faso. Not Paris, not London, not Brussels, Ouagadougou. This breaks 400 years of economic slavery. And the results? Hold on to your seat. Fast forward to 2025 to 2026. The numbers are insane. Burkina Faso achieved food self-sufficiency in 2025. Read that again. Food self-sufficiency. Strategic grain reserves surged from under 1,000 tons to over 65,000 metric tons. Storage facilities are overflowing. The country that once begged now has surplus in key staples. Wheat is growing in the Sahel. Something many said was impossible. Grape cultivation has started. Rice, maize, millet, sorghum. Record levels. Despite ongoing security challenges, despite terrorism in some regions, hundreds of thousands of displaced people returned to secure areas, resumed farming with government support. The synergy is clear. Where peace returns, the land produces. Even with terrorist threats, national production exceeded expectations. The Army's dual role, security and agricultural support, has proven effective. This is not theory. This is results, measurable, undeniable, revolutionary. Now here's why this matters beyond Burkina Faso. Traoré is showing the Sahel, showing Africa, what is possible when leaders prioritize their people over foreign approval. He rejected the IMF, rejected the World Bank, rejected the old colonial networks. He embraced partnerships based on respect, technology transfer, not handouts. He mobilized the army as a development force, included women, youth, and even prisoners in the national project. Western media still calls him junta leader. But the people see results. More food, more dignity, more sovereignty. The alliance of Sahel states is watching, Mali is watching, Niger is watching. To African leaders still trapped in begging cycles, study Burkina Faso. Stop selling land to foreigners, Invest in your farmers, mechanize, process locally, empower women, give youth land and tools. To the youth in diaspora, this is your time. Burkina Faso needs skilled agronomists, engineers, processors, entrepreneurs. True Pan-Africanists should support this revolution with knowledge and investment. From less than 1,000 tons to 65,000 tons. From begging for wheat to growing it. From importing juice to processing your own mangoes and tomatoes. From prisoners as burdens to agriculture soldiers. This is the Burkina Faso story under Ibrahim Traoré. He proved that with courage, clear vision, and love for the people, Africa can feed itself. The land of the upright people is standing upright once again, not just militarily, but in the fields that sustain life. The West may panic at strong, sovereign African leadership. We celebrate it. Before we close, one more thing. This content doesn't survive on ads. It survives on you. If you believe in food sovereignty, if you believe in true independence, if you want more investigations like this, join the channel membership below. Members get exclusive content, early access, and they help shape what we cover next. No corporate masters, just truth. Brothers and sisters, support this vision. Share this truth across the continent and diaspora. Reject the narratives that keep us weak. Reject the labels they use to discredit strong leaders. Africa's time is now. If you believe in what's happening in Burkina Faso, like this video. Drop a comment with your thoughts. Share it everywhere. Let the world know. We are not beggars, we are builders, and we're just getting started. Vive le Burkina Faso, vive l'Afrique souveraine. The revolution will be mechanized. The revolution will be processed. The revolution will be fed. And no amount of Western propaganda can stop a people who've decided to feed themselves. See you in the next investigation.